The spiritual world is a world of forces. It has always existed. Matter is an illusion perceived through 5 senses. We see a wide world before us, wonderfully filled, but in fact, all we see is only inside us. In other words, there's a sort of photographic machine in our hindbrain, which portrays everything that appears to us, and nothing outside of us. Baal HaSulam, forward to the book of Zohar, number 34. There is no time in the spiritual world. There are no ticking clocks. Time in spirituality is only with respect to changes of state. In other words, if there are no changes, then there is no time. In the material world, time exists even when we are asleep or unconscious. There is no speed in the spiritual, only an increase in momentum. Yet both exist in the material world. There's no space in the spiritual world. Place is desire. All phenomena exist and occur only within a desire. A place in the material world is a space that can be filled by anyone or anything. Desire in the spiritual world is a channel that transmits fulfillment from one object to another. That process is infinite. That is, the desire and its fulfillment are infinite. Fulfillment in the material world is limited by the size of desire, which is dulled at every moment as it becomes fulfilled. That's similar to when one gradually quenches thirst with each sip of water. Not a single feeling disappears from the spiritual. 2 antithetical feelings of love and hate coexist simultaneously. In the material world, it's either love or hate that exists at any given moment. In the spiritual world, an individual feels others and is in balance with them. All phenomena, people, and the whole world is as though within the individual. In the material, everything is categorized as separate objects that are either on the inanimate, vegetative, animate, or speaking level. A person only feels himself in a form of external communication with these others. The quality of the upper force, or the creator, nature, they're synonymous in Kabbalah, is bestowal, giving, while the quality of creation is consumption, receiving. Thus, if we wish to make contact with the upper force and feel the spiritual world, we must resemble it in our qualities. It is similar to a radio that can only receive the waves of the same frequency that it projects. In the material world, fulfillment is received only in the form of a result. Naturally, one would gladly skip the path itself that leads to the fulfillment. In the spiritual world, on the other hand, the path itself that leads to the goal is, in fact, the fulfillment in and of itself.